Just weeks after finalizing a $44 billion deal to buy social media platform Twitter, world's richest man, Elon Musk, looks tempted to throw in the towel. What's the reason? He blames it on spam bots. But is that really the reason? Let's try to understand. First things first, let's understand what are bots. Bot is a software program that performs automated, repetitive, predefined tasks. On Twitter, they are in the form of automated accounts that can do same things as real human beings. Bots can send out tweets, follow other users, like and also retweet. They are programmed with commercial motivation to drive traffic and can be used to spread misinformation and promote political messages. So Elon Musk and Twitter chief Parag Agrawal are butting heads over the way the social media platform handles so-called automated bots. Musk suspects the bots make up at least 20% of users compared to Twitter's official estimates of 5%. He says the deal will not move forward until the company's chief executive officer publicly proves that it has less than 5% spam accounts. Responding to Musk, Twitter chief executive officer Parag Agrawal defended the company's handling of phony accounts. The internal estimates of spam accounts on the social media platform were put at well under 5% by Agrawal. Twitter chief said the platform suspends more than 500,000 seemingly bogus accounts daily. But the Tesla CEO remained unimpressed with the explanation, and this is how he responded: a single poop emoji. Uncertainty over this deal has led to speculations. They can be brought down to either of the two things that Musk seems to be trying to do: back out of the deal or renegotiate the price. So why would Musk want to back out now? Musk says he wanted to buy Twitter for $44 billion, while he had only about $3 billion in cash on hand. Most of his wealth, which added up to some $259 billion at that time, was tied up in Tesla shares. Since then, Tesla shares dropped around 31%, and Musk's net worth has fallen to about $215 billion. Investors have been concerned over the buyout saga. They feel it could divert Musk's attention from the EV operations and future. In 2021, Twitter's annual net loss amounted to $221 million. So Musk possibly does not want to invest $44 billion into a loss-bearing venture by bleeding Tesla. As the deal is thrown into fresh doubt, shares of Tesla popped 4% in the pre-market trading, that is, dropped 4%. If Musk walks away from buying Twitter, the social media giant can sue him for breach of contract. He could end up paying $1 billion breakup fee, possibly even more. $1 billion penalty is certainly much less than what Tesla has shed in its market value since Twitter bid, and could possibly lose more. Musk has sold about $8.5 billion in Tesla shares since the bid. He has even found investors to put in over $7 billion, reducing his personal burden. But the stock market has been withering. Tesla shares are falling out of favor. Market realities and disgruntled Tesla investors were likely a wake-up call for Musk. Musk could be looking for any escape hatch right now, and that hatch for him seems to be the bot revelation. If not a complete pullout, Musk is possibly trying to renegotiate the deal. Twitter shares fell more than 8% on Friday after Musk's announcement that the deal was on temporary hold. They are down 23% from Musk's agreed-upon purchase price of each share. Though Musk says he is still committed to the acquisition, many believe it could be a classic case of buyer's remorse. Let's talk more about this saga. Martin Bryant, who is a tech expert and editor of the Geek Out social media newsletter, is joining us live from Manchester. Martin, welcome to WION.
Hello.
Many believe that Elon Musk did not perform some basic due diligence on the types of metrics that the industry uses to keep track of their operations before he decided to buy Twitter. What do you make of Elon Musk's latest statements about bots and scamming?
Yes, I think this is what happens when you don't do that due diligence before you make a $44 billion purchase. It's a very strange situation. It's the strangest deal I've ever seen in my many years of viewing the tech industry. I think that it does look like some kind of excuse here, and I think that Musk's perception of Twitter, though, could be distorted by his own very unique way of experiencing the platform, because he's a very high-profile user who also uses it a lot. Many high-profile users with big followings don't actually use it very much. He uses it like some of the most prolific users. He's always on there, it seems. And so he sees all the spam that people put under his posts, all the scams, the money-making schemes that people reply to his posts with, and there are far more that he gets as the world's richest man than most other people do. So his own view of Twitter is likely distorted by that. So even if he's not using this as a way out, that could explain why he's going so hard on this idea that it is not true that it's less than 5%. Although it is a risk for Musk, because it does potentially stand to accuse Twitter of misleading the markets and misleading the SEC, the regulatory body of the US markets, which could count as disparagement of the deal under the terms of the deal.
Martin, your point will force me to ask you this question. Do you think Elon Musk understands the elementary operations of Twitter in this case?
I think he doesn't. I think he's got a very outsider's view of it, the kind of common sense, oh, well, that's how it must work kind of approach, rather than, you certainly have to look at his approach to content moderation and how that has changed over the past few weeks. He's become more nuanced in the way he's talked about the challenges Twitter faces in terms of content moderation, as he's learned more, as he's been forced to learn more, as he's been going through this process. He started off with quite a naive view of you can just allow everything legal on there, and then it quickly becomes clear that that's actually not really possible. And so he seems to be sticking to his guns, but he does seem to come at this as someone who hasn't really studied social platforms very clearly.
Finally, Martin, some are wary about Musk taking over Twitter. They claim that his seeming lack of familiarity with the way the social media ad market and authenticity metrics are defined and even handled in general only adds to the worries. So is he the best person to lead the company?
Personally, I would say probably not. And I think a lot of Twitter employees would probably agree with that. And certainly that's the sense I've been getting from inside the company, is that many people are worried, to say the least, about how this the direction this might take the company. There are concerns that he's perhaps being led by certain people who have a tie to the further right of the US politics, and maybe want to take Twitter in a direction which a lot of people might find a bit extreme. And so if this deal doesn't go through, Twitter will have burned through a lot of employee goodwill, which could be very hard, could be a very difficult challenge for the company in the coming weeks, months and years.
Well, I've been talking to tech expert and editor of Geek Out social media newsletter, live from Manchester, Martin Bryant. Thank you very much for your time and for talking to WION today.
Thank you.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.